everybody, this is Matthew Trum, Treetop Permaculture, and it's March 19th, 2017. I'm at Homestead on High Street, and my home here in Oroville, California, in the flood zone. And I thought I'd give you a little walk-around tour, talk about what's going on here right now, what I'm into, and some progress that we've made in the last year. We moved in here March 15th, planted in the ground April, I want to say 18th. And here's where we're at. So you can see behind me, birds are having fun. Here's my first two beds here. They're the mother plant Zone 1 food forest. You could say Zone 2 food forest. We put in some Zone 1 kitchen garden beds here not too long ago. We're going to extend this out quite a bit on this front area here, and I want to show you the difference here between these two areas. So this is, you know, a food forest style garden, and this one has the cover crops. It has not been chop and dropped, and I did a video the other day chop and dropping this section, so you can see the differences. So this is what it looks like after being chop and dropped and a little bit of regrowth. I'm just going to walk through here, and this one on the other side has not. Now, we planted 22 fruit trees with the first permaculture design course here. Students helped me plant. So we have our more sensitive fruit trees on these front two swales. Peaches, Tangelo, we got some plums, some prunes, an aprium, I've got nectarines, and we have I think another apricot over there. So let's just go through and I'll show you guys everything. Climbing on this trellis is a chocolate vine, they call it. It's you can make tea out of the leaves. You can actually eat the leaves as well. They're a bit strong. And this is the interesting part, you know, seeing what is actually in here. So this is thyme that is creeping over the edge here, and everything else that you see that I don't point out is cover crop. So you got your peas and your bean family, fava beans, and some natives. Got some chives in here. We got some rue in here. We got some lemon verbena. Again, we're here just before spring, so things haven't really taken off yet. Let's see. Yeah, this is a Royal Rosa apricot here that we've pruned to create a little canopy in this zone. We have a lime tree in here coming up. We're going to chop that back here in a bit. We have our edible leaf mulberry here, which is more prized for its leaf, the edibility of its leaves. They're more delicate leaves than the other mulberries. They also, yeah, they're great for wrapping up like those Greek little rice wraps. I forget what they call those. Here's another chive, garlic chives in here. We have a redbud tree that we're nursing up into existence. This is a, I believe it's a pineapple sage. I'm not exactly sure. It's one of the salvias. We have our tree collards, our tree kale, which had fallen over, and then what we did is we just had dug out a little bit and let it sit, and it went ahead and rooted. So that's something you definitely can do. They like to fall over. and it's actually going to seed. So I'm really excited about saving some tree kale seeds. This here is the variegated tree kale, which has done really well. Had a lot of aphids last year, so we're going to put some tanglefoot down here this year and let it get going. Oh, we also have hiding in here, we have a lavender hyssop plant, medicinal herb. Hyssop is a great herb. We got more tree kale. And I know that I'm probably got something within here. I got to clean up these cover crops to find. Ah, yes. We have Sierra Mint in here. That will be coming through as soon as I chop the cover crop. But it's a vigorous plant, so it really doesn't mind the rampantness right now. We've got catnip over here, and our beautiful comfrey plant that's gone to flower right now. It's just doing incredible. And we're going to do a lot of more borage this year as well. Now what will come back here, what hasn't yet, is this, what's dead on this tree right here, is my, it's the Chinese yam, which will climb this Chinese elm tree here again this year. So look forward to that. Going around. Now this was that swale that I built here along the fence line, which is just taken up. And what's interesting is that there's a lot of leaf that fell and actually killed off most of the peas that were along here. But fava beans seem to do well in this fungal dominated kind of situation. So knowing that now, I'll adjust my my stuff. Got a lot of stuff in here just for a mulch and biomass that we got to chop and drop. If you go past the crazy jungle of mulch, we've got cilantro in there. We've got a fig tree that we planted from a cutting. We've got some other random wild herbs and different things in here, some violets, some rosemary, some different types of lilies, doing really well. Alright, turning back around here, we have a burgundy plum tree. That's what that is. We have some tree collards and tree kale cuttings that we stuck in here, and they're kind of all throughout. It's hard to see with the cover crop, but as I go through and I chop and drop this, I'll be selecting out our little starts, making sure that we don't chop those. Calendula. I took a cutting from this fella right here, which is a Moorpark apricot, and I just stuck it in the ground right here, and it seems to be doing well. It's actually got buds and it's going to open up. So I was just kind of curious, you know, if anything, it'll be the cuttings that I'll take to put on a rootstock for later. Got a sorrel. We've got some different wild things we took from just around town. We got some fennel in here that's going to be nursed up. Forget the name of this. My buddy Zach brought it in. Another one, I can't remember what it is right now. A native plant. Here we have yarrow. That's right. It's a really nice yarrow too. Beautiful yarrow. Also, we have a Tilton apricot here next to our mighty cardoon or cardone in the artichoke family. You eat these stalks. It's kind of like celery, but yeah, process it the right way. Beautiful. It's like eating. Each one of these stalks is an artichoke heart, so you can imagine how much great food that is. And then hiding behind that, we have our pineapple guava, which I'm hoping we're gonna kind of train it out this way and up. So that'll take up that niche. Everywhere in this yard, stinging nettle, which I've been harvesting. in the pathway we have my white Dutch clover has really done pretty well, taking up that niche. And so we're hoping as we keep mowing down the grass, it will then take up the niche as the summer comes in and do really well. We planted some peas that have been kind of struggling. Different varieties on each one. These ones are struggling. These ones are doing a little bit better. Anyways, keep going over here. We've got the mandarin quat, more sorrel. We've got, this is, I believe, our aprium, yeah, or plum cot. It's an apricot plum cross. Interested to try that. We also have a mulberry that we did from seed here. We don't know what it's going to be like, but it's a nitrogen fixing chop and dropper tree that will be in between these fruit trees. This is our, I believe, our another plum here. This is a prune. Yeah, French prune here. And I didn't realize that actually it is a special trees that are the prunes. It's not just dried plums. That's why they say dried plums sometimes. I got an artichoke in here. We've got what's this called? Mugwort. And there's a lot of other stuff within it you can't really see, and I can't even see at this moment. I have to kind of go through. We've got another mulberry from a seed on this side for another nitrogen fixing cover crop. And Double Delight nectarine here. Different types of sage, white sage, our sea beets that are going to seed, which I'm really happy to be able to save some seed. This was an incredible green, super hardy in the hot summers here in Oroville. Really recommend it. It's one of the original brassicas from the oceans of France. And this Tangelo, which was a little rough there from the nursery. They had hard water, he said, but there's also some other things going on with it I can see, so I'm going to try to talk to the guy I bought it from and see what recommendations she has to kind of prune this the right way and get it taken care of, because I love Tangelos. Really want to make sure that keeps. More sage. I need to cut this tops for use, and then we've got our new growth coming out from the bottom there. Again, more salvias, other kinds of medicinal herbs. This is that bush cherry, and it's going to flower, which I'm excited to see what this is going to do. We give it a cutting. I might actually cut it again so keep it more of a shrub. We have our feverfew that's really done incredible here. It's going to flower right now, and it's a really incredible herb, and it's great for teas, and it has a very unique flavor. And it's up here next to my peach tree. This is my John Muir peach. It's closest to the house. Excited to have that heirloom variety here at the little homestead. Turn it around. I'm going to go show you guys this area. So right now it's kind of a mess. We got to move some of these rocks. We used a lot of the rocks, the big ones, for the herb spower in the front yard. Now I'm going to go ahead and just put the other ones out of the way so we can build a shed here, which will have all my tools and different things for potting up. Of course, we got the chickens here. This chicken coop that I built has done really well. Chickens are doing great. As you can see, you remember this little swale I built for the chicken fodder. It's doing incredible. I harvest greens from this all the time for these guys. In fact, I'll do that right now with you guys here. So we've got radish greens is one of the things that I've really come to love, because they just keep producing. And we got lots of chard and cilantro. Of course, a lot of that's for me too. I put some just recently tree kale in the back row to take up, this big niche on the back end here. And you know, again, the rain, when it rains, it comes off and it goes into this this bed that's dug about 1 foot deep and filled with chips. Done really well. So let me give these girls some greens. Hi ladies, how you doing? They always look hungry. There you go. And of course they want a free range tonight, so I got them a little spot now to free range. So this is just what they go into at night. I still got to build some nice roosts for them and some laying boxes that'll be on the outside so we can get more chickens as well. This is the compost pile my dry compost pile that I put everything into from the kitchen scraps and the chicken manure with the bedding mixture. Just put it right here until it's filled up, and then we want to do a hot compost pile. I've got a lot of my material ready to go for that, but it's not a anaerobic nasty pile. In fact, I cover that when it rains, so you can see that when we do a video on that. Let's see, I planted an artichoke here, planted asparagus in here just recently, a little bit of asparagus, and yeah, everything's just functioning really well. Now here's a little area that oh my goodness, and Lynn dressed herself just now, looks like. So we did create a little area where the chickens can run into the food forest. So now we're going back to the zone, I want to say 3 food forest. Oh, before I get there, let's just kind of give you guys a little sneak on look at the annual main crop garden here, and a dog that seems to be enjoying the habitat. Hey Titus. Video wouldn't be complete without Titus in it. There he is. So basically the straw is done really well, and you know, it seeds every so often. I just come and pull up these, like I've shown in other videos, and drop them right there on the surface. Same concept. It's just taking that niche up ready for planting. As you can see, my greens that I had in these beds just went to town. Flowers on everything, just doing really well, going to seed. I'm gonna let that happen. And yeah, we're just getting everything ready to go for the spring planting. So yeah, this temporary chicken fence, you know, you can take these stakes and push them in with your feet. It's a pretty cool thing. So I just kind of roll this back, and you know, and then I can stake it in like this. And so here's that other bed that we created that's gone really like a lot more wild, just because it's further out here. But I come and I chop off these flowers, and I eat these flowers. I mean, I think green flowers are, you know, flowers from greens are some of the best things. And these are those radish greens again. Spicy a little bit. Just most incredible and great look on salads. Nice and delicate. I've come and harvested these probably about 7 or 8 times as they bolt. Now, I don't mind it at all. Chickens don't mind it at all. They love it. We're getting the cilantro in here, but everything here is just taking up a niche, doing its job, doing really well as well. So I've got the trampoline. We're actually decided we're going to make this a little duck area. So when we have our little pond slash pool over in this zone, it's going to be a nice area for the ducks, and they'll have their own little water trough underneath here that they'll manure in and stuff like that, and then we can just release it and put those nutrients into the food forest, which we'll have on a valve to go to any swale we want. So they can go to all 3 swales and just bring that trickle down nutrient into these into the main orchard food forest here. Okay, so the same thing here. Cover crops all throughout. Done really well. I've been letting the chickens free range through here. You know, they did knock down the straw, So the chickens did knock down the straw from the sidewalls because that's what they do, but that's okay, and we'll probably just push it back a little bit here and there, but just kind of let it happen. And in this area we've got Fuji apple, we've got, this is a Rainier cherry, all more of a canopy layer. These I'm going to let grow about 10 foot to create shade. We got a Fuyu persimmon. We've got a, I've got to look, I'm still getting Royal Ann cherry. And this is a Gravenstein, a green Gravenstein apple. They just look like sticks right now, but this is a 20th century Asian pear, which should do incredible here. Gets a lot of frost in this area, so got that chill factor. We got a Warren pear. We've got the Arkansas black apple here. We've got the Hayacha persimmon, and we've got the everbearing mulberry here on this end. And right above it here, so we're going to keep this a really dwarf actually. I'm probably going to cut it even lower than that next year, the mulberry, because we have this incredible persimmon tree already here doing really well, so we'll like to keep that niche up. So anyways, so yeah, the food forest is really up on its way, and we're really happy about it. It'll be fed by gray water on the other side of the system as well. And if you forgot what's going to happen over in this corner, we're going to have a steel large round trough here, which we're going to then mound up soil on the outside up to it, plant in that, put a fence around most of it, and then have this like TP trellising go all over it with deciduous vines and different edible plants, so we can just sit in our little pool in the summer, get some cool, and also eat off of it. Now once the end of the summer happens and we go more into fall and winter, then this will be all about water storage. Of course it's storing water in the summer too, right? But this roof here, we're going to collect all the water off. It's going to go through a filtration, a little kind of wicking bed situation, and then into the pool. So it'll be nice clean water by the time it gets to the pool. And yes, newest feature is in the greenhouse. Well, for one, we shored up the front of the greenhouse with you know, that corrugated plastic material. Doing really well. Got a bunch of figs potting up, fig cuttings and everbearing mulberry cuttings doing really well. All my tree kale cuttings that we did from that tree kale, you remember in the earlier episode I talked about taking cuttings off of it, they're doing incredible. We got all our seed starts for our vegetable garden here. Really just getting going. We were a little late because I had to shore this thing up. But down below here is our newest feature, and this is a little trap door for our chickens, so that we can let our chickens out through here and then off into the food forest area. So that we're actually gonna, I decided I'm just gonna put a fence that's gonna go just right across here, like this, and then this area just right in here is going to really be their free range zone, and it works really well. But I'm going to train them right now. I'm looking to train them with a bell. Okay, so again, I've seen this with other animals, and I really think it'll work with the chickens, where when I give them worms, something really good, you know, something really nice, some of those nice mealworms, I'll ring a bell every time I feed them, and so that way when I want them to go somewhere, all I gotta do is ring a bell and they'll come right to me. And so we're gonna experiment with that. I'll give you guys updates how that's working out, but I think that that's the plan as of this point. So super stoked. I went ahead and trialed the door the other day. Of course, we don't have the bell going on. Did pretty well. You know, you always got those one fussy chickens that are kind of being weird, so you know, we'll go and experiment with that. And I might just have to leave that one chicken out of it if it's not going to cooperate, because I'm really trying, but you know. So yeah, and then we'll just end on this side of the yard. So we just got the pond liner, so we're about to put that in. Here's our pond. It's, you know, dug out. I got to dig it out even more, and you know, kind of solidify our lip, mound up some soil on the outside so that we can have a real good lip on the pond. Make sure everything's level. So we got our spillway. Again, the spillway is going to come out this way and then feed around to the back food forest there. So doing really well. And one more everbearing mulberry planted right here in this niche, so that we can, when we got fish into the pond, we can go ahead and take some mulberries and throw them in there, and maybe even experiment with that silkworm connection there is, where you can take silkworms, and they love eating mulberry. So once you get your fruit, you can seed, put silkworm eggs on here. The silkworms will come and grow, and then all you gotta do is just cut off branches of silkworms and throw them in the pond. Now you got added protein for your fish. So really great little connection there. So alright, so that's a updated tour of the homestead on High Street. Again, my name is Matthew Trum, and thank you guys for watching. Hope you liked this video, and really happy to show you more progress. We'll do the front yard next time, and a lot more videos to come. We're going to do, I'm going to really try to do one a week starting now. We're starting to get more time on my hands to do that. So thank you, and hope you see you next time.